Hi guys, today we're going to react to One Dog Brown by the Brandos. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Mice and Men. Thank you, Mice and Men, for this request and for all your support.
Thank you, Mice and Men, for bringing us back to Brandos. We love this band. Our audience don't seem to take to them as much as we have, but we love them. So let's do it again.
One dog Brown was a crazy man, lived in the hills in the back of my life. Had a rebel flag and a half-dead dog, showed no fear of man, no dog. With a man like that, you just can't tell. No one's there to do him well. A man like that, it might be true, but it won't tell me. He won't tell me. Sundown came and I heard him sing. What about love and the painted green? Story was told that he killed his wife. He buried her bones in the moonlight. With a man like that, you just can't tell. No one's there to do him well. A man like that, it might be true, but it won't tell me. He won't tell me.
As we have said many times in the past about this band, they're just fantastic storytellers. Lead singer Dave Kincaid, he's the one who wrote the song. He just has a knack for it. They have this style that resides somewhere in the rock, blues, folk territory. It's a bit of a throwback for me. I just love this kind of old school type of song. The lyrics just jump at you off the page. It tells the story without the song, and then the song just adds something more to it. Beautifully written. There's something about it. You can see it like a short film in your head as it goes. The imagery is quite potent. It's right there.
Yeah, there's something common that writers are being taught is to write what you know. And I wonder where Dave Kincaid came up with this idea. Maybe he saw somebody like this, the type of person who will likely shoot you if you trespass. Somebody like that in those rural areas alone in his land. And also it gives out the cultural vibe of the era, the 80s. It feels like something that will grab your attention if you see it and decide to write a song about it back then. I know I'm biased, but that's what it feels like.
The story of the song itself feels older, but we mentioned it before that it's almost like living in a Western. And I think you said that their stories kind of remind you of like the Coen brothers.
Yeah.
And to me, it brings writers like Cormac McCarthy to mind, who the Coen brothers have actually used his literature to make films like No Country for Old Men, for example. And they do have that about them. This song wouldn't go astray on a Coen brothers film soundtrack.
Yeah.
Very vivid, and it sounds fantastic.
From my perspective, as an outsider, recollecting the 80s, it feels like something purely American. It signifies American culture of that era, in my mind, from the films I've watched, from the music I listen to. It's beautiful.
Came round and I felt sick. Fever raged, I was fed well. Had a crazy dream about one dog brown standing by me as I settled my down. When I called the boy to save your life, then it disappeared in the full light. When I hear him singing out on a hill, just a Lord, I wanna live still. With a man like that, you just can't tell.
Fantastic.
One Dog Brown, thank you.
To me, this is probably one of the sort of harder rocking songs from them that we've heard so far. And it's one that I've never heard before. This was the first time for me with this one. I think Dave Kincaid went a little bit John Fogerty here with his voice. It's gone like a little bit Creedence Clearwater Revival kind of sound. And I love it. I just love everything about it. It's just such a cool story. It's so vivid. It's like watching it and having a film play in your mind as you're watching. At the same time, I'm thinking, God, they look really cool on stage. That guitar solo was fantastic. The drummer is really giving it his all, really good, and everything about this song sounds good, but I'm like still seeing this movie, a shack somewhere in the back of a property in country America, and this old man sitting on the porch playing his guitar with this mangy dog by his side, looking like the dog is about to drop, and I guess so does the old man. There was something in the chorus that said, whatever they say about him, the story where he may have, killed his wife or blah, 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 it says, with a man like that, it might be true, but he won't tell me and he won't tell you. And then it was repeated again at the very end, I think for the third time in the song, maybe fourth. But the last time he said, but he won't tell me and he won't tell you, now he won't tell you. It's probably just me reading way too much into it. But the now he won't tell you means he's dead. One Dog Brown has died and he's taken his secrets with him to his grave. So we will never know. If it was ever in question before, but he won't tell me and he won't tell you, if there was still a chance that he might tell someone, that chance is gone. There isn't one.
Like a eulogy. Like that song is a eulogy for that man that they all knew in that town.
And they didn't really know because everything about him was just rumor.
And you can derive different meanings from a story like that. And like you said, it feels older. And in my mind, I picture a small town where everybody knows everybody. And there's that one guy who's reclusive and he has that half-dead dog. Because it's older times, you don't get much entertainment in a small rural town where everybody knows everybody. So they start making up stories about that guy. Stories arise from somebody whose behavior is not in line with the rest of the town folk. And these songs get written because of that. It gives you like a glimpse, if you read between the lines, of what it's like to come from a small town, and you can kind of wonder where this is in the States. Interesting. It's like a time capsule of a certain era that I can't quite pinpoint, but I know it's old. It predates the 80s and 70s.
The more I think about it, those lines that say, with a man like that, you just can't tell. No one's left who knew him well. With a man like that, it might be true, which means it might also not be true. A man like that, it's this guy who has no family, who was either left behind, either everybody died or whatever, but there's no one around who really knew him back when. It made me think about my own life, like growing up as a kid. In the neighborhood, there was always some guy like that. There was always someone, and nobody knew their story, and they made up stories about them. It might be true, it might not be true. I can sort of really relate to that, and I thought it was really excellent with that verse towards the end that tells the story of when he got sick, the narrator himself, and the guy potentially healed him, potentially helped him and healed him. Like he said, he wasn't sure if he saw that or he dreamed it up. And it's just one of those things that you think, if you see this in a movie, you know it happened. Yeah, he did help him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, two things about that. One, the stories about that guy, it could be true, it could be not true. It's likely not true because people go to prison for murder.
If they can prove it.
Yeah, but how many people have murdered their wives and nobody could prove it and they just had stories told about them? That's the less likely scenario.
Who knows? I mean, I never got married, so...
Yeah. And another thing, you said Cormac McCarthy, it also reminded me of something that Stephen King might write. Like the old guy from Needful Things. Yeah. That's the vibe. The song takes you to a folky, wholesome place, vibe-wise, but it could easily be the plot line for a horror movie.
Yeah, it can be translated into anything. That's good writing.
I can get that Coen Brothers reference because it lingers on the character. You think about that man, what his life must have been. If we had an era, a number, we'd know what kind of things this man has seen, like World War II, or maybe it's contemporary, maybe he's seen Vietnam. Not contemporary nowadays, I mean back then.
That's the funny thing about it. When it started, like the first couple of verses, it actually reminded me of Gran Torino, Clint Eastwood, get off my lawn kind of character. But then as it went along, it got more kind of like a dingy cabin, the old dog, the guy playing his guitar. Really cool.
Yeah. Nice gem.
I keep repeating this because I think it deserves to be said because this band is just so good, but they are so underrated. And I think with maybe their popularity should have been bigger over the years, and from our audience, people don't seem that interested in them, which is a shame because I think they should be. It's a really good band. I want to say thanks again to Mice and Men for requesting Brandos songs. Please keep them coming. We love this band. So yeah, so thank you so much for all the support coming our way. We appreciate you. Please please keep it coming.
Thanks, Mice and Men, for taking us back to the Brandos. We tremendously enjoyed reacting to this song. More like this will be much appreciated. And thank you for all your support. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you get notified on all our future videos. If you have a song in mind you'd like us to react to, please make your request through BuyMeACoffee. The link is at the top of the description below. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
As always, our Brandos Reactions playlist should be up on the screen sometime about now. Please give it a click, check them out. This band is worth it, guys. I really hope that their videos get more views because these guys are pretty amazing. We'd appreciate it, and I'm sure they would as well. Thank you so much for all the support coming our way. We appreciate you so much. Please come back. We'll be here in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.